Making Basics.
What's going on YouTube? Be Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're coming back to with bangers. Today's video I'm gonna be showing you how to make a beat using nothing but loops in Logic Pro 10. So if you're a beginner, this is gonna be a great way to get started making your own beats in Logic Pro 10. Let's get it. Now the first thing you want to do is actually just go over here, click on audio, and create an audio track. And what we're gonna want to do is just focus our attention over here in Apple Loops. So if you click on the top right of the screen where you see this like loop, kind of looks like a little Maxbox car loop thing, click that, and then pretty much you'll have access right here to Apple Loops. Literally there's thousands upon thousands and thousands of sounds and loops in here. If you look right here, it says like 30,000. So it's an endless amount. What you could do is you could search either through descriptive words, genre, instruments, or whatever, or you can come right over here to search and type in anything. So I could push like soul, type that in, and then when I do that, all the soul samples are gonna pop up, okay? Or I can go to this genre and click on hip hop, and then, you know, everything will break down like that. So pretty much what you wanna do is come over here to Apple Loops and find some loops to start your track. I would start with a beat. So that's pretty dope. All we got to do is drag and drop this into what we call the workspace window, and now you have a pretty dope beat ready to go. And I can take this and push Command R, double that up, and now we have an 8-bar loop. Then what you can do is like start breaking down certain parts of the beat that you want to add. So you can start finding some melodic elements. So that sounds pretty cool. We're gonna drag that on in here like so. And typically, even though it's a different tempo, when you just drag and drop it in here, you already have your tempo set. Usually it just kind of matches up. If it doesn't, you can always do something right here. You click on your flex time, and then you can click on this and then shorten it. So, but we'll show you in another aspect of this. But let's go ahead and play the beat with this new reverse sound. So that sounds pretty dope. Let's come back over here. Let's add like some type of a bass sound. All right, cool. So we're gonna give this bass right here a try. Now you can obviously notice that it's gonna be off, meaning that it's not gonna be in the proper key. So what we could do is just play this. So actually that works fine for this, but if it wasn't, you would just hold down Option and push the up or down arrow to basically push this up or down semitones. So anyway, you can use that technique to, match the tempo not the tempo, but the actual key. This actually sounds fine with this. So we'll go ahead and start adding other elements. Let's see what we can come up with. And actually will go well with that, so we'll go ahead and throw that in there as well. And then we'll just make a copy by pushing Command R. Join it together by pushing Command J. And let's check it out. Now you can come over here to your actual samples and change things up. So like for instance, with this actual 808 or bass pattern, I can use the greater than or less than sign symbols to move this playhead over like a measure or two or whatever. And then I can come over here and push Command T and chop this up. Now, if I want to, get rid of something, say like this section right here, and maybe take this and do like this, I can do that. I just held down the Option while I drag this over. We'll just go ahead and push Command J to join this. And then pretty much this beat is really, for the most part, done. I do want to add maybe another element to this so we can like mix it up throughout the verses and stuff. So that adds a little bit of a jazzy element. Let's see if it works. So this one we might have to go ahead and pitch it up or down. In the case that like a sample doesn't work, all you have to do is just find a different sample. So like something like this works a little bit better than what we were trying before. And so you just want something that's going to complement what you already have going. Let's go ahead and see what it would sound like if we find like an arpeggiator. So that's pretty dope. Now what we could do, as you can see, this is purple, and the reason why is because it's actually a step sequencer track. And if you right click on this, you can convert this to a MIDI region. Command J, and that joins it together. You can come in here, double click on it, and make changes, or you can right click it on again and do bounce in place, and then that is going to turn it into an actual audio file. And you can decide to do, change up this stuff if you want. I'm just make sure that the normalize is off. And now we have a audio version. I'll just push Command T, delete that. Now we have an audio version of this. And so basically what I'm doing here, if y'all really kind of, seeing, I'm pretty much building this beat out and building different sections of the beat as I go. So like, for instance, this is kind of like the hook. And then like doing the verses, I can kind of like play around with adding these different elements. So pretty much now that we have our elements, we're ready to pretty much arrange the track. We can go ahead and come to this beat and find another beat that will go well as well. So like I can, type in soul again like I did before. Or even type in soul beat, and then like all these beats come up. And then this is good just to switch up the beat, like if you want to. And then like again, you can come over here and chop your sample up just a little bit if you want, by using your playhead. And so what I want to do is take this little part that goes and then like repeat it right here. So I'll just go ahead, chop that, chop that. I'm holding down Option and dragging this over like that. Then push Command J to join it. So now we have two drum beats that we can interchange in our new track that we made just with loops. And what we want to do now is go ahead and name all the tracks. So we can say like drums 1, believe this is the bass right here. Yeah, bass. Say chords. I'll say pad. But you want to give it some simple names, just so you can identify some stuff here. I'll say art. Now we can just push Command A to highlight everything and Shift Option N. That's going to bring everything right here. And then we pretty much can now highlight everything and push Command R several times just to spread this out. Now we can start building this beat. So we see everything that we have going here, and we also see everything going here. By the way, if you push Shift Option and the letter N, whatever you name here is going to go there. I already did it, but just so you know. So now what I can do is identify like how I want the beat to start. So how I'm gonna start this beat out is pretty much just have the bass and chords playing, and then I want to have this pad playing like halfway through for the intro. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna push the greater than left hand signs to push this playhead over, and then I'm just gonna click here, Command T, Control M to mute this, and then I can also mute these other elements by pushing Control M. Now that's finalized, and when I unmute this stuff, you see as the beat's building. Okay. Now, obviously for the hook, I want like some drums. I want this pad sound. I don't want this ARP, and I don't want the second drum. So I'll take that out by pushing Control M. Let's see how the intro and the hook sounds together. Alright, we want to make this pretty simple here. One thing I'd like to do is highlight this and like color code some of this stuff. So if you push that, this is our tools, colors, and then you can kind of like start building out some colors for certain elements or certain parts. So like for instance, I can have the yellow for the intro, and every time you see the green, that can be the hook. Let's start working on the verses here. We want to dumb down some of the stuff. Like I know for a fact this pad is not going to be in the verses, so I can just immediately mute this out. I also know that I want to go ahead and change the drums at some point, right? So what I could do is I can alternate these at some point, or even just kind of start off something like this. And I also want to alternate these, so I can just do that as well. So let's just delete all this stuff and just see how this sounds. I'm gonna put this over here as a loop. Let's check it out. This is the hook, and it's gonna go into the verse. And then you kind of saw me change up some stuff here. That's a good thing about using this mute option by doing Control M, because now I can, like, if I just decide to change my mind on something, I can do that. So we'll move the greater than less than signs, bring that over here, and I basically want to maybe kind of bring this part in, kind of how I did this on the intro. We'll also cut out the drums here. And let's see how that now sounds. honest with you, now that I'm listening to it, I kind of like both of these drums layered together. They sound actually dope like that. So I might just go ahead and just keep, like, anytime I have the drums playing, we'll just have both of these bad boys playing. So that's probably what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna cut out some of this intro, like some of this part right here, and let's just see how it sounds from the beginning to the end. Because pretty much the beat's done. I mean, literally, I'll just take this and push Command R. Now you got, one hook, verse 1, verse 2, and then technically I can come out here, and this is so 3 hooks, 2 verses, and I can come over here and take this intro for the most part and put it right here and reverse that part like that, and then pretty much the beat would be done, and then I could just like come over here and maybe just add some type of variations or something like that during this. It's just something simple to where you can make some adjustments. So let's check out the beat now. As you hear, I'm just going ahead and I typed in transition, and we can get some risers and stuff like that in here as well. They have like different loops, and you just want to pay attention to like where the riser starts and ends. So that would be a good place. And like literally that sound right here could be for every hook, like at the end of every hook. It's a great transitional sound, and then I can do a different one for a transitional sound going into the hook. So something simple like that could work. So we'll throw that in there before each hook. Kind of low in the mix. Holding down Option while I'm dragging this and then letting go. just want to pause here, kind of talk about some things I just did with this art. I pretty much just came and pushed shift option up or down to take it up or down an octave. In this case, I took it down an octave, so I push shift option and down. Also, if you push T, that brings up your tools, and I went to the fader tool, and then you just came in, I put a little fader right here. And also, as you see, I kind of kept this part simple. So it made this beat pretty dope, man. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this beat, even though it's made out of all loops. Now, one thing you can also do, okay, since this is loops, you can come over here and highlight everything and pitch it up or down semitones, just to kind of make sure that it sounds slightly different than what anybody else could do to it. You can also add effects to it, so I'll just take it maybe down. Let's see what it sounds like down, maybe 2. Let's see. So I just took it down a semitone, okay? And that's gonna change the key for the most part, but it just kind of makes it to where most people aren't gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, make the same thing, you know. I always recommend doing that when you're using samples. And like I said, you can come over here and add effects to this as well, and you can get a lot of cool effects. So cool. So I want to trigger this plugin to turn on and off here, so I can push A, and that's her. That's going to be our automation. And once y'all have this plugin on here, I can just come over here and go to that and go to that bypass. Okay, and then so, like the places where I don't want it bypassed, like for instance this intro, potentially you're not gonna do it like that. So now it'll turn this plugin on here, it'll bypass it there, and then say if I wanted to, you know, bypass it again, you know what I'm saying, you could just have it go at different parts. And this is also could add a little variation to your beat. So now we have something, a plugin being automated throughout this beat. Let's check it out. And this is the thing too with this, it's a good thing I can actually change this. I think for the intro, I'm gonna leave that alone and maybe kind of like drop that out during this part of the beat, just so it kind of just gives a little bit of a, you know, surprise element. Put a little bit of a fade on this. And I think we're done at this point, man. So I'm just going to go to the part where this actually changes on this chorus part. All right, y'all. So that's gonna pretty much wrap up the video. Hope you learned a lot, man. I did my best to add value to this community as far as with this video and all the videos that's on my channel. If you want more value, want more tips and tricks and things like that, you want to go ahead and head over to my site, beatmakingbasics.com. Links are in the description. Check out the courses, the sound kits, and the templates, man. Got some stuff that's going to really take your beats to the next level, especially if you're a beginner. Also, if you click in the links in the description, you can find some of my favorite plugins from Waves Audio. Check those out as well. And appreciate y'all, man. If nothing else, get subscribed to the channel. We also have channel perks where I drop like exclusive videos that are not on YouTube. So this is like opportunities for everyone, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all. See you in the next video. We're out.